I don't want you to be able to see. I want the hinge to match. So I'm just going to cut it right here up to the line where this cut. There. See, now my gusset is not showing. And if you really wanted to, you could go in here and curve this. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and curve that. There. So you won't be able to see it too much. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this. Guys. I'm going to just cut it straight across. My granddaughter is in here making noise, you guys. You know how that goes. I cut it too much. See, that's what I get for talking trash. I snipped it a little bit too much there. Not enough that it's noticeable, but I did. I wasn't careful. And I'm going to round this. See, I opened it up, and I'm going to round the edge right there. And when I put this on here, you guys, you're going to see how beautiful that edge looks. Look how nice that looks. And you won't be able to tell right here that I actually cut into it. But I think I am going to put a little piece of Scotch tape in the back. That way it won't easily tear. Because this paper's pretty thick. It's not really noticeable. But I want to make sure that it does not tear. And I'm going to just get a little piece of transparent Scotch tape to go there. And you know what? Let me see if I can cut this piece. And I'm just going to put it right here, you guys, so it won't tear. No one can even see that. If I didn't say it, you probably wouldn't even know it, but I would know it. And I'm hoping that my phone didn't stop recording. So anyway, we're going to add the pocket here, you guys, and we're going to add it the same way. You're going to make sure that this is nice and creased on both sides. And we're going to add glue to one side and then the other. So I'm going to do the outside first because that's what I originally wanted to do when I did this one, because I want to make sure I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I hope you guys can see it. All I'm doing is lining up on the very edge of this previous pocket. And you see that it is lined up. I'm going to use my bone folder to crease it. Let me flip it out and crease it. And this we're going to have to glue at the bottom as well, you guys. So now I'm going to add glue to this other pocket, to this other side, and make sure it's glued down as well, you guys. So we're almost done, you guys. How about that? It didn't take very long. But like I said, I'm not going to decorate it. I'm going to leave that up to you guys because, you know, most of us know how to cut our paper just 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch smaller to line something, whether it's a card or whatever. I lined it up right here at the edge, guys, on top of this other pocket, just like I did before. And I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure it's nice and glued down. Okay. Now right here at the bottom, see, it's open, you guys. So we're going to have to glue that down. Now, to glue that down, I'm going to add, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to add glue on the hinge right here itself. I think this is a good view for you. And right here. And I'm going to do the same on the other one. That way it stays adhered down. And then I'm going to run a bead of glue all the way across the bottom, you guys. And there we go. Use my bone folder to make sure it stays glued down. I hate it when glue gets on my table. And if I had a wipey here, I could wipe it down, or a rag, but I didn't get one, so. There it is. And What I like about the Scotch glue, you guys, that it adheres very well and pretty quick, and it gives it durability and strength, you know, to my paper because of the glue that's on it. So I really like that. So here it is, you guys. Look at how cute this pocket is. So we have this pocket and we have this pocket, and then remember, this is the flap, not the envelope. So we're going to glue this to the envelope right here. Now, if I get cut off, you guys, and there's nothing really left, and I think you guys can figure it out, I'm not going to add a small portion of the video on here. So this one is going to be our flap that opens up, guys. Now, all we have to do here is we have to add glue to this, to the flap, our 1/2-inch flap, where all our little pockets are. Add glue to that. We're going to take our envelope and make sure we line up, you guys, right here at the end, at the edge. There, and at the bottom. And that looks pretty good to me. There. So I'm going to open it up. Just flip it open so I can just press it down right here. Yes, perfect. Look at that, you guys. There's that little flap. Perfect. Just perfect. And you, like I said, you do have a 1/2-inch gusset. I mean, a 1/4-inch gusset right there. Make sure it's nice and glued down. And what I like about glue, that you can, it gives you a little time to move it around. So there it is, you guys. Here's one of our front pockets. Here's the other front pocket. Now in this case, I wouldn't put that pink fur here. I might put it down here, you guys, to cover this piece right here. And that's probably what I'm going to do with this one. And two, I see what I did. Well, no, it's not really wrong. Before you add, guys, the paper to cover this piece, before you add this piece, remember that your seam binding or your ribbon or whatever you're going to use there to close, make sure to add it right here with some tape, some score tape or something, because that way, if you already have it there, when you go to layer this piece with paper, you don't forget to add the ribbon. Because I didn't use magnets. I use pink seam binding. So make sure you add your seam binding here, and then with score tape. That way when you cover it with paper, it's already there. And the other piece, I added it right here. I made sure they both lined up with paper again. I mean score tape. And I left my two pieces. They're already glued on there with score tape, even though I didn't have it covered with paper, just so I wouldn't forget. Because if my seam binding got wrinkled, I didn't care because I like that wrinkled look anyway. So for me, it was okay, but don't forget to do that. Sometimes we get so busy and we forget to do that. Let's put in the last pockets, you guys, before my phone goes dead. Here's another pocket, you guys. This pocket is going to go here, and this one is 4 inches by 6 7/8. And the reason it's 6 7/8 because this piece that goes from here to here, I wanted it to be 1/8 of an inch shorter than 6 inches. That way it doesn't interfere when you close the flap with the score line. And then after I did that, I scored a 1/2 inch here. I rotated and I scored another 1/2 inch there. And that gave me the perfect measurements to go here without interfering with see how, here's the score line, you guys. When I close it over, it's not going to interfere with that score line. If I had done it any bigger, it would have interfered. And I can use that either here or here on either side because it's perfect for either side. So I think I'm going to add it on this side, and then the last one will be here. And then this will be the last one, but I'm going to have to add hinges to this one. So let's put this pocket in, and I'm not going to do a decorative edge or anything on the inside. Unless I get a die and I can just go in and I could just go in and adhere it to the top or something as a border. So here's this, and we are going to have to glue the bottom. So right here, you guys, I'm just going to line it up with the edge. Right here, I'm going to line it up at the bottom and at the edge. And then I'm just going to fold this over, and that should be perfect right there. Burnish with my tool. It looks like it shifted on me a little bit. Hopefully not enough to interfere with that score line. Because I didn't leave it too much room for, I didn't leave it so short that it was real obvious. And then we're going to run a bead of glue on the bottom of this pocket to close it up. Yep. And this pocket is finished, you guys. All I'm doing is running my scoring tool, my bone folder, back and forth to make sure it adheres, wiping off the excess glue so we won't have a mess. Now see the white down here? When that dries up, guys, you won't even see that because that dries up clear. So let's just make sure it's nice and glued down. So here is the inside pocket, you guys, and I didn't give this gusset because a gusset on the pocket because I only left it 1/4 of an inch gusset here, so it wouldn't leave too much room for expansion, but it is leaves enough because of this little fold that we did on there that you can put quite a bit in there. And I'm going to glue this down. So here we go, you guys. We got this pocket, we have this pocket, we have our envelope here, we have the flip. We have a pocket here. We only need one more pocket here. And then we have our pocket in the back. Now, the pocket here, I left it the same length. But see, there's no added piece because I only had scraps and I wanted to use as much of the 2 pages that I had. So I didn't add anything extra. But I had 2 little pieces of scrap. These are 1 inch and I scored them at 1/2 inch. And these are going to go on the side of this pocket right here. And that's going to be the 3rd pocket on here. I didn't give it gussets again. I just 1/2 inch piece, scored it down the middle. I mean a 1 inch piece, and I scored it at 1/2 inch to just to give it just a little bit of room, you guys. So we're just going to add glue to this. I'm going to add glue to one of these little. I didn't want to do that. See, because I'm trying to rush, you guys. That way I don't take up too much of your time. And I'm going to add it here. Let me make sure it's nice and creased, nice and burnished. And let's add the other one, you guys. We're almost done. How about that? Hopefully my video didn't cut off, you guys, and I'll be able to upload it just in one video. And you don't have to go look for a second video. So I'm going to line it up, and it's a little short on the bottom, you guys, so make sure that both your ends are lined up in the same on the same side, so that way your hinges line up all the way to the top. So there it is. This pocket, you guys, we're going to glue it right here, and we're going to glue the sides, and we're going to glue the bottom. So we're going to add glue here. We're going to add glue here on the bottom, and then we're going to add glue here. And I hope I can do this before my glue dries. This one goes here. So I'm going to line up right there. I hear my grandchildren being loud, you guys. And I'm going to line up right there. Hey, that looks pretty good. I have my grandsons being loud in the kitchen, and my granddaughter is sitting in here watching what I'm doing, and it looks like she's getting a little sleepy because she's yawning over there. Emily, say hi to everybody. Say hi, everyone. You don't want to say hi to them? So right here, you guys, I'm just burnishing with my bone folder, making sure it's adhered. So here we go, you guys. A pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket in the back, and the main envelope. So that's all there was to it, you guys. But remember, don't forget to add your ribbon or your seam binding to this flap where the inside pocket is, the bottom one, and to the front where this second pocket is, because I found that that's the best placement for it. And just put down a little piece of score tape, put down your seam binding, and make sure they both line up. You can see right here on the side to make sure that both your ends of your ribbon or seam binding line up. That way when you go to put your paper over it to cover this, your ribbon or seam binding is sandwiched in between the paper and the designer paper. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope that this helped you. I hope that this explained everything to you, and it gives you an idea of what tools that I use and how I emboss. And I really love this swirl, but I think I'm going to have to add a piece of clear acetate. I usually, on my other one, I added a piece of clear acetate that comes in the packaging. And what that does, I just glue it back here, and I'll actually kind of curve it a little bit to follow the edge of this cutout. That way the pocket will be strong, it will not crumple, it will not be bent, because you have that packaging acetate, which is very firm. So that's the only thing that I'm going to do there to mine, you guys, but you don't have to do it to yours. But here it is, you guys. I hope that this helps you. I hope everyone's having a great day, and God bless. Bye.